There's a woman I don't recognise in my wedding photos. Story time. So the first time I saw this woman in my pictures is when I am walking down the aisle. And the shots from behind, you can see the white train of my dress all on the floor. It's a really nice picture actually. I have my hair rolled up in this gorgeous bow that I borrowed from his mum. In the picture, every single person is turned to face the back of the church where I am walking down. One person that isn't. The woman in the picture is standing up stick straight facing away from the camera. All I could see in the picture was her long black hair, which is pinned straight and it sits right on her shoulders. I asked my Steve if he knew who she was because she was sat on my side, but I wonder if someone had got mixed up. We're racking our brains as to who this could be. So we carried on looking through the pictures and I had prepared myself for any like horrific pictures of myself, maybe like a picture of me with a double chin, but nowhere near as shocking as what we found. So we clicked through and there was no sign of this woman throughout the rest of the ceremony. But then we got to the reception photos. She's standing there on the table behind my high school friends, back to the camera again, pin straight hair. Again, the next picture, she's not in it, but it's the same picture of my high school friends. To add this cleanser. This cleanser is the one. It's so nice and gentle. The cleanser makes your skin feel clean without feeling like stripped. I'll buckle in, friends, because we're about to get wild. I skip through and there's a picture of me and Steve on the dance floor just about to have our first dance. But at the edge of the picture, there is a hand reaching out and touching my shoulder. I'd have tapped out there and then there is no way I'm watching anymore. Sorry. This is where me and Steve started to have arguments, right? Because he was convinced that they were his hands. Baby, do not have long, spindly little woman hands. You have thick, build-up man hands. Give me this moisture under my eyes. This is when I started to call people. I'd actually gone a little bit delulu. Steve then told me to stop worrying about it. Let's just talk about this for a sec. Let's not worry about the creepy woman in all of our wedding pictures that somehow is in some and isn't in some, is touching me in one picture and we can't work out who she is. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Your skin struggles in winter, if you find it getting really dry or sore, you really need to try this. It is so lovely. It acts like a bit of a barrier for your skin, so it's nice and protective. At this point, Steve was starting to wind me up a little bit, saying that I shouldn't need to be worrying about this. He was like, why don't you go have a bath, have a shower, chill out, and we can look at the rest of them all when you're done. So I head upstairs, I get the shower nice and hot, the mirror's steaming up, you know, the ones like a proper steamy hot shower. At the time I was blonde, so I thought I may as well do like a little purple shampoo number, like a proper little everything shower type vibe. So I finish up shampooing and whatnot and then I go to get out the shower. I rub my eyes and I look down. Gathered around the shower drain was a big clump of thin black hair. I literally froze. Everything in my body wanted to just run away, but I just couldn't move. Something in me wouldn't let me move. And that was when I felt a cold hand on my shoulder. And next thing I know, I've been shoved to the floor. And I slipped and I must have hit my head on the floor on the wet tiles. And all I could hear going round and round in my head was something old, something borrowed, something blue, and something new. It took me a while to work out where I thought this woman had come from. His mum had always asked me if I would wear this little silver bow that she had gifted me because his sister refused to wear it for her wedding. And when she gave me the little bow, there was a few little black fine hairs left in it still. Sleep well, friends.
Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for kicking out one of my bridesmaids for showing up in the wrong dress? Okay. My 23 female wedding was back on Saturday, December 31st, and I'm still getting backlash from this, so I want to know if this was an a-hole move. Well, honey, I'm here to tell you. Settle down there. In the country I live in, it's currently winter, and we get a fair amount of snow. So my wedding was a winter-themed wedding. The color theme was forest green and gold. My dress was obviously white, and I chose the color of my bridesmaids' dresses to be forest green as well. My maid of honor's dress was black, and everyone was to wear gold accessories. I have this friend, we'll call her Kat, that I asked to be one of my bridesmaids. When we went dress shopping, I told them the color that I was going for, and Kat immediately expressed that she thought forest green was a bad choice. Well, this is the thing, Kat. It's not really your choice, is it?
Shut up. Shut up.
For those that need a color reference, this is forest green. I actually think that's a great color. I personally look great in forest green. She said she thinks it's not a flattering color. For who?
Whom?
For her? And thought I should choose something different and more girly. I said no because my wedding was winter themed and I thought the color would go perfect with the theme. She suggested a pink, a blue, even a red. Okay, but pink is not really synonymous with winter. Blue, not so much either. And red, it just reminds me of Christmas. I said no, but thanks for your opinion. She found out my maid of honor's dress was black and asked if she could wear black too.
Does it come in black?
No. You're not the maid of honor. That's why she's wearing black. I said no, only my maid of honor is wearing black. I paid for all the dresses. If you paid for all the dresses, how does she show up in a different dress? Hang on. Fast forward to the wedding day. Everyone's getting their hair and makeup done and Kat shows up 30 minutes late holding a bag that looked like it had a dress inside.
Open the bag, please.
I asked her what this was for. She told me it was for later on at the reception if she got uncomfortable and wanted to change after pictures. I was like, okay.
That's cool.
So fast forward, we're all getting dressed and walking down the stairs because the ceremony is beginning in 30 minutes and we're going to take pictures before. Kat is the last person to come down and she's wearing a black dress. Oh, hell no. And I guess that she also waited until the very, very last second because then there would be less time for her to go and change and she would force you into the decision.
What a manipulative bitch.
At the time, I was preoccupied taking pictures with my parents, but my maid of honor came over to me and made me aware of the situation. For someone that wants to be dressed like the maid of honor, she sure as hell is not acting like one. Ironic, really. I confronted Kat and asked her what was going on. She said she hates her bridesmaid's dress, as the color is ugly and makes her look gross.
I think I'm ugly.
So she's wearing black. It's not your wedding. It's not your choice. If you're in the wedding party, you can't just wear whatever you want. Honestly, shit like this just makes me not want to have a wedding party. I don't want to deal with the drama. I told her, please go back and change. She refused and started walking away from me. What? I said I'm gonna ask her one more time, and if she doesn't oblige, I'm calling security and kicking her out. She's being a baby about it. Like, who cares? It's a dress that you have to wear for like an hour, and then she was totally fine with you changing out of it. It's not that serious. She started yelling at me to fuck off. Hell no. So I called security and asked them to please escort her out. She started making a big scene, yelling about how I'm such a B-word and that I can't force her to wear anything and that I'm a horrible, inconsiderate friend. Wow. The wedding went on and was truly amazing. Ever since the wedding, Kat has been blowing up my phone with texts saying some really nasty things and asking for the money back she spent on the black dress. What? The black dress you told her not to wear?
Yes.
Since it was a waste and she didn't get to wear it. Oh, the Delulu is strong with this one. I had to block her number. Some of my other bridesmaids have been giving me shit, saying that it was a little harsh kicking her out and embarrassing her like that, and that maybe I should give her the money back. No, absolutely not. Am I the a-hole for kicking her out? I mean, if she didn't act like a total psycho, then like, I would say that you were being a bit of an a-hole. I also find it very funny when people say you're embarrassing me when they're doing the embarrassing. In fact, if you walk down that aisle wearing a dress you weren't supposed to be wearing, everyone would be like, what is she doing? Not the a-hole. She embarrassed herself. She agreed to wear the dress you picked out and then deceitfully planned to change at the last moment in the hope that you just let her get away with it. Period. She lied to your face.
Oh, man.
Was it worth losing a friend over wearing a forest-colored green dress? She knew that you would tell her no. Think of being in a wedding party like playing a part in a play or a ballet or something. That's a good point. You are kind of playing a part. You don't get to just wear whatever the hell you want. You get cast as a bridesmaid, so you're wearing the costume that the artistic director has picked out for the bridesmaids to wear. That's a good way of thinking about it, honestly. I like that. If you don't want to wear the costume, don't be in the show. This is about the bride. You're supposed to be showing up for her. You can't just show up on opening night and say, I didn't like your costume choices, so I'm gonna wear the same costume as the other character instead. I like that. That is a great analogy. She's got some main character syndrome, to be fair. You are not the a-hole, my dear. Get new friends.
Am I the asshole for throwing my husband and my son out a few days before Christmas? What they do? Like, it's the 22nd. Christmas is in 3 days. What they do? My husband, 41, and I, 38, have 2 children. Our daughter, Rachel, 15, and our son, Tim, 13. Since forever, I've been begging my husband to do more around the house, but he continues to be a lazy man-child. He does the bare minimum when I force him, and that's it. Our son is learning from him, not doing his chores, not cleaning up his messes, and expecting his sister to cater to him. Hubby's enabling him and secretly overrules me when I punished him. We had more than one argument because of their laziness. Honestly, I'm leaning to your side, sis. Like, I'm on your side because I'm not cleaning up after two grown ass children. Like, Tim is fucking 13. He is big enough to know to clean up after himself, and your husband is 41, aka fucking 13. Like, oh hell no. Oh no, girl, no, I don't think you the asshole. Yesterday, I was out shopping with Rachel, and we met up with a friend from work and her boyfriend. I called my husband and I asked him and Tim to clean the house ASAP because I will be bringing guests home. No. We arrived home nearly 2 hours later and the house was a mess. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. Girl, I'm embarrassed for you. The secondhand embarrassment that I am feeling for you right now, oh my God, I would have been devastated. My friend smiled and downplayed it as normal, but I was able to see the look that she exchanged with her boyfriend. We chatted for 20 minutes after I cleaned the living room a bit, and then they left. Oh my gosh. No, you're not the asshole, because I called you and asked you to do something, and you literally just chose to ignore me. You gotta go. If you don't clean here, you can't stay. No, there's no maids here. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. I finally had enough. I told both hubby and Tim to get the fuck out of my house and don't come back until they learn to respect me and also to be helpful around the house. We had a bad argument and in the end, they gave up and left. My son has called me since from the motel where he and my husband are staying. He's begged me to let him come back in. I told him that he can ask me again in 2024 and I might consider it. They're banned for Christmas, the family's gathering at my house this year, and for New Year's Eve. Tim will then return. My husband, I'm not so sure about yet. My mom and my sister are against this. They think I'm way too harsh, especially to Tim, but I think he needs a serious wake-up call, and this will be it. And I don't give a fuck about my husband at this point. I don't think you're the asshole at all. Because 100%, I would have done the same fucking thing. Get out. I have asked you to clean. I have told you to clean. I called you 2 hours ago. And I asked you guys to clean up the messes that you are leaving behind. And you couldn't even fucking do it. Get out. And y'all, like, don't come in the comment section talking about, oh my gosh, she kicked out her son. He was with his fucking father. He wasn't going to be laying in the gutter nowhere. So don't come in here with all the crying hearts. And, oh, I could never kick my son out. Oh, well. She did. And I would too. He's with his daddy. He'll be all right. Edit. The text clearly says Tim will return home. I knew somebody wasn't going to listen and jump in the comment section like this woman said he could never come back again. This is just a wake-up call for him. Maybe he can even return for Christmas if he promises to do his chores from now on. Update. My son called me again. I explained the situation and what I expect from him. He agreed to sign a paper where all his chores will be listed. He also agreed to help his sister with all of her chores until New Year's Eve. I will pick him up tomorrow. I didn't talk with my husband. Update 2. I picked my son up from the hotel early this morning. He couldn't wait. I apologized for throwing him out, but I explained my reasoning to him. He signed the paper and promised to do better from now on. I'm happy to have him back. My hubby tried to talk to me when I picked him up, but I didn't listen. As for him, he can stay away for a while and I will have the time to think about our relationship.